Hello YouTube, it's Damien, it's Fm21 beta time, and it's finally come. It is the 11th, they said it was coming out in this week, and we have finally and mercifully have got ourselves the beta save and some Football Manager to bring you. Obviously there's been a bit of FIFA out, there's been everything like that, and the beta is finally here, and for our beta save we are going to do the Bottom of Xmas challenge. Now, that necessarily means that we're going to be in the Premier League sim till Christmas. You guys have seen it. And whoever's bottom, you take over control and try and obviously keep up. Now, obviously, historically, that's a very hard thing to do in real life. And usually, most times on FM, it usually leads to you being relegated. Me and Paulie did a Norwich and I can't even remember. Sheffield one last year as a joy save. Network save, Paulie really struggled. When we binned the save, was slowly eking back, but was still in the relegation zone when we did bin in like middle of February, that save, because Paulie gets quite busy at work. But however, I said to myself, great idea for FM21 and the beta. I say this, we're currently live on stream, links down below, follow us live. We've also got our Build a Nation save. We haven't selected a nation, so if you have a suggestion, down below as well. But we were like, okay, it's going to probably be one of a few clubs. It's going to be Villa, it's going to be Brighton, it's going to be West Brom, it's going to be, Fulham. It's going to be one of those 4 or 5, West Ham maybe, clubs. I went in Discord today and I said, I really want it. 7:51 in the morning, the game was downloading, I started work at 7, or it was probably already downloaded by then, that I want Leeds and, I want it to be Leeds. And we were like, well, look, I honestly thought we were going to get West Brom, right? And then there was obviously, West Ham was brought up and a few other clubs, right? We went on our lunch break here at 12 o'clock, as you can see here. And we turned on FM and we got it simming until now. My reaction when I saw at the bottom of the table, Leeds United on 8 points was a reaction of, oh my goodness, and delight. I am already telling you now that if we stay up and keep them surviving, I've already had a quick squiz over their fixtures and that while I was having lunch after work. I honestly think we're going to stay up pretty much with the squad that we've got, which is great because there's not much money. We'll get to that in a second. If we can do that, ladies and gentlemen, right, we are going to be A-OK, and I'm going to turn this beta save, not into just maybe one season of staying up, then a season of consolidating, which was the plan, and then getting into the main save. I might do and say, look, I reckon in 5 years' time, 4 years' time, I could really try and topple Liverpool and win the Premier League. Now, I wouldn't claim that with West Brom, I wouldn't claim that with Palace, I wouldn't claim it with Sheffield, I wouldn't claim it with Villa, I wouldn't claim it with West Ham. Surprise Everton, by the way, second to last, because I think their squads are quite good. Wouldn't claim it with Fulham. But Fulham always seem to do well on FM. Leeds, though, have the squad and the potential to be a middle-of-the-table squad right now. Like FM, when you load it up into the beta, the first thing they do is they predict, and I don't know if the season preview is going to still have them there, they predicted them finish 10th at the start of the year. See, 11th. It was 10th. I obviously went in and was just like, look, I expected Leeds to be in and around that zone. When I saw that they were, bottom and I was going to be in control, absolutely over the moon, right? Second thing I will note, the name badges or the logos, I haven't seen an FM Scout release. You guys know me, I'll be straight away with all those logos and badges for the club competitions and obviously for the leagues and for the teams in the league, obviously eventually when that does come around, because I don't particularly like looking at that and going, well, it doesn't look right to me. I'm not big on skins, but that's one of the things I am big on, is definitely getting the right logos and the right names. I've already done a name fix for Juventus and co, but yeah, here we are. So we obviously take the hot seat here. Obviously, that's our generated face for this year. They never seem to get it right with me. We're currently 20th here at Ellen Road, who has a lot of history. This little old ground has seen so much in its years. It has seen Premier League titles, it's seen Champions League matches, it's seen Champions League success. It's seen a hell of a lot, right? And some great footballers over the time, some great managers, and obviously a lot of relegations and everything. Review ongoing on negotiations. Apparently they're in for this guy, work permit on Thomas Podinsky. I have not a clue on his scout. Don't show me this again, just scout. I know what we're doing. We have currently a bid on him for 125k. That does not seem like the sort of thing that interests me straight off the bat. But interesting to see. Playing times for next year. Breakthrough fringe players. There's no one there really of note. Sam Greenwood, obviously someone that I believe has a little bit about him in FM. 70%. Can I see scout rating, please? No, we don't have a potential ability on him. Hello? No? Apparently not. We'd love to see... You can see Premier League winger. Okay, because I thought Sam's thing was there. But we're going to go through the squad. Leeds United intake. There's a lot of singers. We have one really good English centre mid, which is really nice. But yet again, this isn't going to be obviously me going out there and going, okay, there's going to be a long 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 year journey. Now, this is really in the short term is going to be, okay, can we stay up and can we survive? Yes. Okay, well done. Can we consolidate? Yes, well done. If then by that stage there, I'll pick the nation, the full game's out, I'll be off, right? If at that stage there, though, we aren't, we will continue to save, and then if we get in a position where we can win the league, we'll go for it, right? But that's the aims of this save. And yeah, the club visions here, if you can expect them, as you can see, is to play entertaining and attacking football, and the players coming through the youth academy. We'll have a quick look at that as well. And the 5-year plan is obviously to increase, grow the club's reputation, sign young players from profit, something I really want to do, expand the stadium, which is something nice, and work within the payroll, which they're currently not doing, and they want us to record a top half finish in the next few years. Sure, for me, that is fine, right? Anyway, introductory thing, we've got good youth academy, great, early to meet the media, we accept the current vision, we'll get through this. Apparently this has looked a lot different now, which is nice. See, as you can see here, it's kind of got like the people that are going to be in and around here, which is nice. And it looks a bit different, but I think that the, like we can smile warmly, yes. We'll smile warmly. Like, here we go. It's a real honour to be trusted with this role. I'm excited about the future. You've taken the role of just 25 years. It's the same thing. I'm going to smile warmly. Valid point to bring up. It's unusual for a head coach to be younger than me. I can only hope it won't be an issue. I don't think age. Something none of us. Outstretched arms. Shakes head. Disagree. Here we go. Point the finger. Open arms. Yeah, we'll go with open arms because it's okay. I already met the players and there ain't any problems. They're a group of professional footballers. Sure, we'll go with it. Appears that you'd be comfortable with tracksuit. I think so, yes. It makes me feel more comfortable, sure. This is all the nitty-gritty stuff that no one really cares about. Nothing about Marcelo, obviously, as well. Very little time. And they're not legion how tough it will be. I think I'm new here, but the players aren't. They know how they want to play, and we'll save time for the bigger changes for another time. Look, we'll just keep it neutral. Will you be... I'm just focusing on one match at a time, mate. We won't speak about FA Cup right now. Much talked about subject. This is about the young talent, obviously. Look, we'll look to harness the young talent here. What is about this job? I think it's a fantastic club. Like, I think it's a fantastic club and philosophy. And do you feel confident about your ability to deliver results required for Leeds United? I can't wait to get started. Plenty of ideas. It's true. Jeez, it's going on forever. Come on, guys. I appreciate the milestone. Just another match. I really like to have a chance to settle in here before answering questions of this nature. Everyone's excited and ready to work. We're incredibly fans who support us in many ways. Come on, guys. Just let me get out. And the press conference, like, far out. Jeez. That is one of the longest press conferences. Usually on Fm21, you just go click, 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 done. That was long. All right. Enough of that. I want to have a look at this squad. I want to see what people are like. Interesting. Well, they don't have a tactic loaded, obviously, because we haven't set up a tactic. No, skip. I know what I'm doing. I'll create my own tactic. Thank you. I do think Leeds, off the top of my head, will play a 4-2-3-1 at some stage. I think that's definitely something that we would definitely look to go with. And then it's all about seeing what staff members here are good at doing what they need. Skip that. Yeah, not a problem. Finish that. Thank you. I know how to play this game. And we'll have a quick look. All right, so I'm the head coach here, coaching team. Adam already straight off the bat looks like he knows what he's doing in terms of like judging ability. So when we go to our stuff, all right, I've already seen enough. If we go to our team report and we go by, skip that. and we go to assistant report or team depth chart, hopefully Adam is on this list. Boom. All right. Straight off the top of the bat, we have Ilan Messier, who is a 20-year-old Frenchman who has the potential to be a wonder kid. Straight off the bat, in net is this guy. Like, Ilian looks really good, right? Then this is why I'm so excited, because I know deep down this squad could be insane if we stay here. Kiko, obviously, a very good backup. Dallas is here. Obviously, Dallas is very good. Can play right wing back. Can also play as an inverted fullback on the other side, and can play a bit more forward as well, the Northern Irishman. He's generally really good. For me, in terms of my systems that I generally play on FM, he is definitely the type of guy that I definitely wouldn't mind playing as a fullback, but is also the sort of guy that I don't mind playing out wide either. The Northern Irishman, Stuart Dallas, definitely will have a role in my squad. It's important to note that Luke Ayling is here, and for me, Luke Ayling, even though he's transfer listed here at the moment, I had a look at that. If I can definitely get him off the transfer list, he's somebody that I would like to keep around the club. He is somebody that, if you look at the transfer status here, I'm going to take him off the list, confirm that, and his contract's expiring in about a year's time. I wouldn't mind seeing if my GM wants to sign him on a new deal. Like, he's 29, he's been at the club for a long while. In real life, I really do rate him as well. Just a fullback who's got a bomb up and down. We'll get to a tactic that I'm thinking of in my moment in the second. We obviously got Lorente, who is an absolute unbelievable pickup for them at the moment, 18 million. And I would imagine that Mr. Robin Koch has got a little bit about himself as well. Would definitely be a person that I would look at as a ball-playing defender that's quite tall. You've obviously got Liam Cooper here as well, who is not your out-and-out ball-playing defender, but can play it pretty well. And is obviously very good at what he does. And then we obviously got Calvin Phillips, who can play there too, but not really my thing. And then you got Dallas on the left-hand side, and you got Elanoski, who can play as a fullback here. Yet again, Elanoski, in my sort of systems, is a very good aggressive full wing-back. And like, for me, going up and down, definitely somebody that I wouldn't mind seeing if I can do a job with. We then got Calvin Phillips in the middle. Apparently, Rodrigo, by the way, can play centre mid. He's going up front, don't worry. But yeah, you got Calvin Phillips, who is absolutely out of this world. I understand he's wanted by Spurs at the moment. I would imagine by the time we get into the window, he's going to be good. But man, this is a guy that I want to be having going box to box if possible. I wish we had 15s highlighted as yellow as well, because there's a few 15s there that would make him look insane. But there it is there. And then you look here and you got Klitsch, but the 30-year-old, that's okay. He's not bad at what he does. But for me, I'm looking at this sort of thing, and I'm going potential ability, and I'm going Jamie Shackleton, straight off the bat. Last year was a bit more of a wonder kid. This year looks a little bit more nerf. But, if you're going to keep the younger kids, right, and get them through, they're definitely people we wouldn't mind. And then if you look here, you got Rafinha, you got surely Helder Costas around here too. Pablo Hernandez, who I do not rate at all, but is a very good player in the whole. Pablo Hernandez. Like, he can play in the whole of the 35-year-old. And this year, with FM now being so much different in terms of how I move, interact, and how they're able to make decisions based on what's happening in the game. It used to be just, okay, that's what the coding says you're going to do, that's what you're going to do. And then if the defence did something different, say if you're going to run down the line and you're playing against Liverpool, Robertson comes to cover you, but then Virgil, because he's got great anticipation, comes to block down the line as well to, put two there, right? Instead of then you coming, okay, I'll look for a pass inside. On FM, it used to be, okay, that's my coding, I'm going to go. This year now, players, maybe with a lack of speed, but are really smart footballers, are now going to be, oh, okay, I've seen Van Dijk do that. Is there someone I can play in here? Oh, can I drop the shoulder, maybe move inside and spray a ball? So maybe Hernandez maybe is somebody that we definitely will have a look at. Patrick Bamford doesn't get a lot of love on FM, but he's not the worst as well around the trap. And he's been scoring goals in real life and on FM, which is not bad. And then as you look in here, we got Mr. Harrison. Obviously, he's been on loan at Man City. He is really good either side. I think he can do either job. You've got Rafinha yet again, who I think is definitely somebody that I'm definitely looking forward to using. The 24-year-old, from Brazil, looks pretty good. And then obviously we've got Helder Costa, who, yet again, another one that doesn't get a lot of love, but somebody that I definitely want to use. Someone that I know in real life is quite nippy, somebody that's very good at doing what they can do. I'm hoping to really use him a lot this year as well. Then up front, I'm going to give him a bit more moments. It's Rodrigo. He is the bee's knees. Like, I don't even understand how they signed him in real life. That is stupid amount of money. He's having a pretty shocking time, but hopefully we get a system around him. He is just explosive, getting behind, great off the ball, can do it all, got a decent amount of composure, the couple with some not bad finishing. He's not bad in somebody that I really would like to use. So, in today's episode, we're not going to have a game. It's going to be me talking about the squad and then thinking of a squad. I have a game tomorrow. Episode number 2 is actually going to be me giving you a Southampton doubleheader, right? And seeing if we can actually technically get out of the relegation zone like that. And then if we can, we're on our way. Speaking about that, how are Leeds here? They lost 3-0 in the second round of the EFL Cup, but they played City first up and drew. Liverpool, they lost by a goal. United, they lost by a goal. Sheffield, they lost by a goal. West Ham by a goal. Villa by a goal. Got a point, win, got a point. 0-0 against Everton, lost by a goal. Chelsea is the only team, and it took them to December to lose by more than 1 goal this year. So clearly to me, the team itself is actually good enough to not be in this fight. They've just been super unlucky. I think we don't have to change too much. We're going to go out there. We're going to probably put a couple people probably in a more natural role and probably in a more natural system for Leeds. I would imagine Marcelo had him in a good system anyway. But hopefully with a little bit of slice of luck and the fact that we're in control of them, we're going to go and get some results. I think these 2 games that we're going to show you, the Southampton doubleheader, definitely 2 games that I think we could do it. Actually, you know what? I might actually give you the doubleheader of Southampton and Spurs both at home, right? And we'll have the Southampton game as a stream special. And then you can target the next games. Like, all of a sudden, our January is really good. Burnley, West Brom, Villa, West Ham. I'm sorry to say, but if I'm Leeds United, I'm licking my lips. I'm going, okay, that's, 4 games there. We could get, theoretically, 12 points. If we can go beat Southampton away at home and be solid away from home and Spurs do whatever to us, if we go out of there and get 12 points right there and then we're not going down. Right? Yes, we got United, Liverpool, City, but then we got Sheffield and Fulham, which are winnable games. Arsenal, they're hit and miss on FM. Leicester. But if we can get them playing how they're playing in real life, we are going to be there or thereabouts this season, and I'm going to be very happy with that. Last thing we're going to do is I'm actually going to put in a bit of a system that I generally do when I do most of my things. I like being a bit more positive, right? I like having a bit more of the ball, and I like having a bit more of a lower tempo with it as well, so you keep the ball a bit more. For me, I'm not really mind my attacking width. I'm going to put it on narrow. And I'm actually going to just put us on a bit more expressive. Now, sometimes you look for the overlap, but they hold onto the ball too much. And sometimes you have it working on the box. That's probably not a bad one for us if we're going to keep the ball so well. We're obviously going to look to play out from defence as well. But I'm not going to look to focus anything too much there. I'm not going to look to play in the space, right? I want to keep that ball. In transition, very simple. I want us to counter press. I want us to counter if we win the ball. You know what? No. If we survive this year, yes. The reason why I don't say it, if we counter press and win the ball, and we're playing against a decent side, and it's a game in the balance, I don't mind if we go keep the ball and it filters out to a point. At the end of the day, this is a challenge where you're bottom at Christmas. Historically, you're not going to stay up. Maybe it's also not a bad time to go, okay, for the first, couple of months, let's not be as gun-ho as we normally am with the press, right? Let's just go, be solid, see if we get points, and off we go. In terms of how quickly we distribute, I'm leaving that up to our goalkeeper. There's a lot more. Well, the thing looks a lot longer. I'm going to tell us we can distribute to anyone at the back. The goalkeeper will take some shorter kicks, of course, as well. And I'll just leave it up to them. Like, we can hold the shape if we want, or we can counter and get people going. I'm going to leave it as it is. Right, but we'll play around with that as we get to it. And then out of possession, right, I'm not going to have, the biggest line of engagement. I've never been a fan of that anyway, right? I'm going to leave us just here, but I'm going to squeeze this line up. I'm almost going to say that if they want to play the ball out from the back, great. And then as soon as they move past that initial phase of playing the ball out from the back, hit them on the press. And I will use the offside trap because I do like a high line. I could also put us on narrow, right, on narrow width and really force the opposition on the outside. I don't know what crossing is going to be like, but I think a narrow system with the press does couple very well. I could prevent short goalkeeper distribution. I might leave that off for the start, yet again, same thing with the counter pressing, but don't be surprised if I go prevent goalkeeper distribution and that. I just want to see if I turn that on, they will go into this final further press, which I don't want. I just want to have him just here, just standard, let him play in, and then we go and hit him. Even then, do that. Like, really look at the space there. There's not going to be much, right? And in the end, that's for me enough of the tactics to go. Then we're thinking of a team. Straight away, we know the goalkeeper we're going to have, right? Missler's unreal, and we want him as a sweeper keeper, right? Generally on the fen. And I want my 2 ball-playing defenders. If we've got a ball-playing defender that's a little bit more quicker, not a problem. I want my wing-backs there. Generally on support as well. Bombing on. I want a box-to-box, usually coupled with an advanced playmaker or a deeper line playmaker. It also depends on what we do have here. But I'm just going to have a look at what these roles work. This year looks like advanced playmaker is actually going to be really good in the middle of the park. So we'll leave that for now. And then inside forwards on attack. And there we are. All right. So we'll do that. So straight away off the bat, Diego Llorente comes in. I hate that the circles aren't there because I used to love to see him. And then off the top of my bat, Liam Cooper's not a bad person to have on the bench. Ailing for me does start. Daniel Aramati's here. Interesting. Did they pick him up on loan? He's a very good player to have on the bench because he can do a lot. And then we're just having a think. What's to go out on loan is Alan Losky. Dulles. Don't think Dulles is the perfect sort of player for this. Say that he can play wing back on defend, on support decently well, but he's right-footed. I wouldn't mind him there, to be fair. I wouldn't mind him out wide either. I think for this first game, I will start Dulles in this role. See how he goes. Calvin Phillips straight away, box to box, get up and down. Rafinha, inside forward on one side. Pablo Hernandez can maybe get into the role here. Helder Costa definitely is going to make the bench. Patrick Bamford on the bench. Rodrigo into the 10. Adam Forshaw, he's not bad, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind getting him off the books. Jamie Shackleton, not a bad little player with a little bit of potential. Yet again, Jamie Shackleton deserves to be on the bench. Robin Koch definitely could play in the out back here too. And then all of a sudden, did they sign Berardi? Oh, different Berardi than what I'm thinking. How are you, Nathan? We're just in the middle of a video. Tyler Roberts, not really someone I don't really care too much about as well. Then all of a sudden you're thinking, all right, who you're playing alongside, right? Jack Harrison, before I forget as well. Jack Harrison, more of a winger on that side, but definitely can come inside. Actually, is Rafinha a right footer or a left footer? It's a left footer, so Rafinha better on that side. We'll start like that. Expect to see Jack hopefully maybe get minutes on the other side as well. And then you're thinking, okay, what are you going to do in the middle of the park? Jamie Shackleton is a decent advanced playmaker. Don't get me wrong, he's not bad. And then, not sure, Matthias Klick isn't the worst as well in that role. Maybe we get him in there. Maybe we'll go a bit more ball keeping and we'll actually go as an advanced playmaker. Oh my god, look at the description, boys. Hopefully that you can see that. What does it say for a box-to-box midfielder? They just go, they get up the field. Yeah, good. I wouldn't mind as a deeper line playmaker on support, where he just sits, wins the ball, and gives the ball, and then sits in the hole. We'll go with that for now. It looks like we've already got some understanding together as well. And I think that isn't the worst. And Lonsky can make the bench. And then who's this? Pascal. 21-year-old with... the potential on Pascal's not bad either. Right. Adam Forshaw wouldn't get in the team. LeBrook's on loan there. He's a 28-year-old, so get him into the 23s. Sorry, YouTube. This is now getting a little bit lengthy. But yeah, we'll give the laugh on the Pascal. That's pretty much your team anyway. We got this guy unregistered, 30-year-old. Yeah, I wouldn't have him registered either. He's on loan at Luton. So get him into the 23s. And then get Barry Douglas on loan at Blackburn, the 31-year-old, into the 23s as well. All right, lucky last, development centre. Anyone really here with potential? Noah. Look how good Noah looks at 17 years of age. Hello, Noah. Get into my first team. Who is the big prospect here? Apparently it's Joe. Joe's contracted and wanted, and Joe can play up top or in behind. Wow. We'll get Joe to the senior team too. We'll keep him available for the 23s as well. Joe looks good. Has Joe played a minute? He hasn't. Moved here for a mil. Jeez, that's cheap. Pascal can make out. Joe will come in, that's for sure. And Noah can come in here for Alowski. I'm going to have a couple of the other 23s on the bench. In saying that, Noah could technically start if I wanted to. I think the next thing I'm going to do, even though we're not going to be here long term, is definitely get him learning how to play a box-to-box midfielder, and we can free up Calvin Phillips as well. And there we go. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's a very lengthy intro here. And generally what it is with Football Manager, of course. We have, obviously, the new save, the beta save, the bottom at Christmas save. It's Leeds United. It could turn into a 5-season journey because they are good enough to do a project with. I also understand it's been a bit lengthy, but there's a tactic that I've set up from minute 1, which is very similar to a tactic I did use with Mess last year as well. And something that I generally go to in most systems. And then depending on what I'll do, I'll tweak it, or we might go to two up top because that's been the meta in previous years, or anything like that as well. I do understand this year is going to be a lot different. There's going to be a lot more players that have a little bit more mentals that are going to be able to influence games because of the game engine and everything like that. Last thing is that links down below. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's going to be so much FM21 content. I haven't picked a nation for our main save yet. If you have a suggestion, put it down in the comment section below. If you want to know more about that, my intro video to my YouTube channel has all the details about that save there. And yeah, from Damo, from Leeds, from the Bottom of Xmas Challenge, and everybody here on Twitch. I'll see you next time for episode 2, where we'll be playing... Who will we be playing? Southampton and Spurs at Ellen Road at home, and it'll be our first time on YouTube with FM21, an actual gameplay of Football Manager. See you then, thank you, and goodbye.